The CIA destroyed the black community. I want to hear this one out. Let's see.
The CIA won, bro. They destroyed the black community. And if you need evidence for this, I have 4 exhibits that I'm finna present to y'all today. And I will not only be presenting this to you, but also the BBC Council, the Big Black Council. You know, I probably should have picked a better name. But it's the council of all of the biggest black activists, celebrities, whatever you want to call them. Let's go ahead and get to Exhibit A, social media.
Bust down Rolly Avalanche, yeah, my old bitch average. This my first time rapping it, I might go retarded.
So for Exhibit A to make sense, I have to give y'all a little bit of a history lesson. Back in the 1980s, the CIA had a plan. It was a plan organized by Ronald Reagan to allegedly distribute narcotics throughout the black communities in America to fund the war in Nicaragua. This narcotic is known as crack. And we all know how crack has destroyed the black community. I mean, it broke up homes, ruined job opportunities, and overall just cooked the black community throughout the 80s. And this was all a part of Ronald Reagan's master plan to destroy the black community. Well, Ronald Reagan's dead now, and the CIA alleged plan did work. But it didn't stop there. See, from there, they continued on to different ventures. In the 90s, it was the gangster rap epidemic. In the 2000s, it was BET. In the 2010s, it was the drill rap and gang wars. And in the 2020s...
Brianna, 26. My eyes are up here, baby. Are you looking at the tattoo?
No, I'm looking at the hair on your arms.
Bruh. But how are these things linked to the crack epidemic? I get it, but I want to see what his connection is going to be.
My brother in Christ, 20v1s, has aided in the destruction of the black community. And if you don't know what these are basically dating shows where one celebrity or one person goes on a speed date with 20 different other people, which isn't a bad idea on the surface level. But the black community has just fucked it all up. I mean, the amount of degenerate content I've seen from these 20v1 videos has really just killed the black PR. I mean, there was even a video of a kid doing a 20v1 with grown women. The crazy part about this isn't even the worst things we have done with social media. I mean, for some reason, everybody loves baby mama drama and rapper drama. And they're invested into it like it's their actual friends. Like, brother, these people don't know you. Offset, Cardi B, Ari Fletcher, and whoever her baby daddy is, Jada Wada, and Little Baby. Like, why do you care about these people so much?
But I don't think this is anything that's exclusive to the black community. I think, yes, black people do find interest in these things, but, I mean, reality television has been a thing since reality television existed. People have always been intrigued and sought after celebrities, celebrity lifestyle. I mean, these people sit at the top of the social class. These are people that, at the end of the day, have some inherent value to them because at the end of the day, they can generate money. They can generate fan bases, followings, and they can aid in pushing narratives or propaganda even. So I think a lot of people have always been, in some sense, allured by people that have fame and status. I think that's anything exclusive to the black community. And then speed dating has always been a thing too. And that's additionally been something that people have done in content. I think that it got to a certain point where these 20v1s, you added in celebrities, people with clout, that drew interest to it because a lot of people haven't seen these celebrities in these certain settings. So they would like to see what that would consist of or what that would mean. And then I'm sure that you can continue to get contestants because you had enough people that would want to be in the room with this person or collect the check that came with their little bit of opportunity of screen time. So you would have to dial back why social media is important to a lot of people. Because it came to a point that easy likes would help aid in that dopamine that you got people that are checking for you. You got people that find you worthy of a like. At the very sense, people are viewing you as attractive. They're viewing whatever you're putting out there as valuable content, or the very smallest sentiment they agree with you. So people will get that kickback of, man, this person likes my stuff. These many people find what I'm doing intriguing. And then it got to a certain point where people were able to gain money. And then you got to a point where people were actually market movers. You had influence. So brands would reach out and realize that a lot of these people are the faces of our market. These people can easily divvy up a lot of what we're doing to market. So instead of us having to spend money on traditional marketing, billboards, magazine placements, etc., we can reach out directly to people that are creating content, directly to people that are on social media, directly to people that are able to persuade an audience to do X or Y. But at the end of the day, money came with it. And that's what drove people to do certain things.
And the worst one was Blueface and Krishan Rock. Like, they literally took over the internet for a year off of just doing ratchet things, bro. Like, why do we give these people a platform?
People love negativity.
Not to mention, there's been like a rise of a lot of freaky black content creators. Now, this is not just a black thing. White people are doing the same thing. Literally just publicly harass people and call it content. Like, why has there been a whole trend on TikTok recently exposing DL black men? Like, what do we gain from that? And then the main one doing this is a gay man called the DL Finder or whatever. He's literally exposing DL men or people who he thinks is DL, or just telling black women certain characteristics that DL men have, which each characteristic being very broad. For instance, he'll say something like, oh, if your man is always insecure about what you're wearing, I'm not gonna lie, baby, pure, he's DL. Like, my nigga, no, he isn't. He just doesn't want his girl dressing like a thought. Over here wearing see-through clothing, and you're wondering why your man is insecure. Like, brother, it's very clearly obvious you're pandering to women. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if the CIA stopped Operation Ruin Black People 10 to 15 years ago, because now we're doing it to ourselves with all of this social media. They're already up 3-1. They're chilling, coasting, probably getting paid time off. No work is getting done because they're already done. But you know what? Matter of fact, scratch that. Nah, they're still working. And the reason why I know that is because Zeus Network exists. If you don't know what I'm finna allude to, then brother, buckle up right now. Because
before he gets into that, bro, Zeus Network is something that stemmed from social media at the very least. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, you had multiple like popular Vine and TikTok stars that created the platform, that funded the platform. And the current president and CEO is black. Majority of the people that funded and founded the platform were black. So, I want to see what he's going to say.
I'm finna get to section 2 of Exhibit A. Yeah, we're still in Exhibit A.
Didn't really.
Baddies is one of the worst shows that's ever been created. The
I agree
whole
with
show
that.
literally is just a humiliation ritual for black women. Being loud, ratchet, shaking their ass, being sexual. Pointless fights that derive off of baby daddy drama. Or just stupid drama in general. Our celebrities do the same thing. From the Sexy Reds to Cardi B's, all of the freaky female rappers that we have nowadays. Y'all might not think it, but these women are cooking our PR. And a lot of them whole bop music they're making is also ruining the people. Because no matter what you think, music plays a big role of who you are. You can be the most sweetest, innocent girl, but if you listen to Sexy Red every single day, you're gonna turn into a thought. And it's because music is just so powerful. It's literally just soft-core mind control of how much influence it has over your brain. If you really want to change your life, just change the music you listen to and just see how much it changes. But this isn't just
No.
it's happening with the females.
I agree that there's some validity to this. Like what the freak? Like in some sense, I think that you should be mindful of what you're listening to and the things that you're surrounding yourself with. But I mean, I think you can easily throw on some music and go about your life. What's your business? I have gym playlists that have all types of music in there. But that doesn't mean that, after I listen to some Tupac, I'm going to go start shooting at the ops. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to go sell drugs just because I'm listening to Jay-Z. I'm able to compartmentalize. Okay, I listen to this music, had a good workout, I can go home.
Of music. It's happening with the men too, with the whole drill rap, the gangster rap. They've been doing this since the 90s. All they're doing is pushing a dangerous gang, drug narrative. If you go back to my last video, you will see how much this music really does affect you subconsciously. Because this type of music will have to go
watch that video.
Urban black boy thinking that he's a gangbanger. When
You're not going to listen to music and then think that you're a gangbanger. You thought you were a gangbanger and you found music that fit that stereotype.
all reality, he's a good kid. But all of this is a part of the CIA's plan, including Bad
What?
and also BET, which I haven't talked about much, but we all know how bad BET really is. The Boondocks tried to warn us. I'm just keeping it to be. But every single one of these forms of entertainment is subconsciously brainwashing and programming all of us to either be more ratchet, ghetto, or hood, or just criminals.
No. But yes, I can argue and agree that there is some influence that a lot of the things that we see in front of our faces, that the masses in media do kind of control the narrative and perspective that we all have. I mean, even if you're looking at from things at the political spectrum, a lot of things that we see in the news and media, in the end of the day, the way you can phrase it or frame this stuff will differentiate people's perception on what's going on in the world. Like, you know what I mean? Hold on. Let me think for a second. You can look at the slave trade. People look to expand and build a new world, United States. And we're able to grab people out of Africa for conscripted and forced labor. At the end of the day, there was cheap labor too. These people came over there misguided in an attempt to try and spread the word, spread the gospel and the good news. To then say Christian or Christianity is the white man's religion and this is a racist religion, from stemming from that information there, is a wild reach. But again, it would just be how you frame that information. You can garner a bunch of different perspectives from that.
Exaggerating a little bit, but I promise you I'm not. And the reason why I know I'm not is because the CIA
My fault.
Literally has hands in everything that I'm talking about. Look all of this up, it's on record. But here's the thing though, even though this is getting pushed on you, you can choose not to watch it or care about it. They're trying to push it on us, but it's...
What do you mean? The CIA's hands in everything? He's talking about music? Well, yes, I'm assuming that, yeah, like a lot of things that in the end of the day make money, the federal government has their hands in. Central Intelligence Agency, though?
up to us to really accept and take it.
You're gay!
It's up to us
Oh
to
my
really
gosh.
accept and take it.
He's gay!
But Mr. Ronald didn't just want to ruin our image. He wanted to ruin our health too. So what did they do? Well, they made chicken sandwiches. It's just
What?
Next to the breaking news overnight in Maryland, police say a man was stabbed to death outside of Popeyes.
That was crazy, though.
You know, one thing I've always found funny is how much black people love fried chicken. I mean, it's good, of course, but like at the same time, I feel like we love it a little bit too much. When people were literally killing and fighting over a literal chicken sandwich, family, that was one of the most embarrassing times to be a black person ever. I mean, people were literally killing over a chicken sandwich. Think about that. That's crazy. It wasn't even that good. It was cool, but it wasn't good enough to be going crazy over. And the funny part about it, it was just like that Boondocks episode about the fried chicken flu, where people were just going crazy over the chicken sandwich, and it ended up poisoning them. And what was funny about that episode is that it actually happened back in 2020, but nobody got sick off of it, or at least we think nobody got sick off of it. Let me explain. See, I was on TikTok a while back, and I saw this person making a video. And this video was about how they met this older white man who loves Church's chicken. And one day, this person asked this man, yo, why do you love Church's chicken so much? And he said because he wasn't allowed to eat it when he was young. So when the person asked the man why, all of a sudden, this white man's tone and energy just felt very different. He got a lot more serious, and he basically explained how back in the day, Church's chicken was owned by Klan members. And the whole purpose, and he basically explained how back in the day, Church's chicken was owned by...
Around that time, an urban legend around the chain gained popularity, having people believe the church chicken was owned by the KKK. And similar, there was a rumor that... So, all he did was bring up a rumor.
Klan members. And the whole purpose of Church's chicken was to put poisons and chemicals in the fried chicken and then put them in predominantly black-owned neighborhoods so that all of the black people would go and eat it, thinking they're eating something really good, but in all reality, it's killing them slowly. And the only reason why the white man eats the chicken now is because all of those chemicals and poisons are basically in everything now, so it doesn't really matter. And while
What? No, this is a crazy reach. What? Twin, what? What are you talking about?
that brings up a topic for another day about food in America, because that's fucking concerning. I want to harp on the fact that he was not allowed to eat the chicken because there was poisons in it, and they put it in black communities and marketed it as amazing food. That's scary. Imagine how many things in this life are brought to you as good things, but in all reality, it's poison. I mean, they did that with cigarettes back in the day. And I'm not trying to pull a soul Illuminati on y'all. At the same time, we don't really know what's in them chicken sandwiches. And think about that the next time you want to go eat Church's chicken, or even drink some Kool-Aid. Because if you do research about what's in the Kool-Aid package, you might not want to ever drink it again. But I guess it's time now to present Exhibit C, the baby mama
Now, I'm popular today.
epidemic.
Throw that ass, you know you a hoe. Up and down, that booty gon' go.
Baby mom academic is crazy, but I do agree in some sense that sexy red is bad for the culture.
You know, the baby mama epidemic and just overall the destruction of
But again, I think you can listen to sexy red and go about your business.
the black family has been plaguing us for years, but it's starting to get to a point where now we're doing it to ourselves. You have these IG models or just these regular girls trying to get child support money from these bigger name people, from the athletes to rappers or just even regular niggas. Like, brother, why are you using your kid to get bread? Please fill out a job application.
But this is not exclusive to the black community at all.
And we don't talk about how scummy that really is, because that's one of the most degenerate things you can do. Having a kid for financial benefit instead of just having a kid because you want to love it is crazy. But the worst part about this is that y'all be glorifying this too. Y'all dead ass be idolizing Ari Fletcher or Jada Waiter or people like them that got...
I agree with that. A lot of people, I think, have idolized the people that are attached to these celebrities. To the point where, but again, this is not, I don't think, a solely black experience. I mean, if we look at the Kardashians, majority of them came up because of the people that they were attached to. That was how they grew their fame. And so a lot of people were checking in on the reality show to kind of see what that was like, the inner workings of these lives. I mean, but that's, again, not a black thing, because, I mean, we've had the Real Basketball Wives. We have a lot of these TV shows where people have been interested in what the life is like behind these uber successful people. So I think a lot of people would love to live the lifestyle a lot of people are living, particularly because you follow them on social media now, so you're able to see a lot more pushed to the forefront. So they get to see some of the glamorous monetary items. So if you see a lot of material goods, you can be like, oh, wow, this may be a life that I'm intrigued in and I would want to be a part of. Let me see what this person has that I don't have, so I can be attached to this person that is wealthy.
their whole fame off of being a baby mother. Y'all rather idolize them than married women. Think about that. That's crazy. Jumping into the male side too. What are we doing? I will never understand bringing a kid into this world and then not taking care of it. Like, as black men, we have to be better about that. Now, again, black men aren't the only ones who do this. Every single race does this thing. Baby mama thing is just a black community exclusive, though. We got to stop that. But I will say the black
Okay.
community in America is leading in this category. We got to shut that down. Let's try to bring back black families, bro, for real. But here's the thing, though. We do have black families. They're just not getting pushed. For every broken home...
They're not getting pushed? What the frick do you mean by that? We literally had a president of the United States who had a wife by his side as well as successful children. What do you mean it wasn't getting pushed? Just because the masses are getting behind the people that are in the entertainment industry that aren't necessarily together, that doesn't mean it's getting pushed. It's not getting pushed. I mean, if we look at the majority of the TV shows and the media that we consume, it's not a bunch of people that are having baby mamas. Even the TV show Blackish, it's not a bunch of baby mamas or nothing like that. It's not a thing.
We also have a perfectly fine home that never gets attention. It's been such a big trend to just say, oh, black families are just destroyed. There's none of them. It's cooked. We have a lot of thriving black families, though, and we never get that shine. That's one.
But I mean, if you look at the majority, I mean, there's a lot of the community that's not married. And a lot of the community that does have children outside of wedlock. So, I mean, there is that. I mean, then you can look at the income disparities there. I think that's where you can draw the connections.
One thing we don't do in our community, we don't uplift the model example. We just say, they're whitewashed because they're in suburbs.
What?
We keep on talking about the same issues that we all know of. So yes, it's good to call out our people, but at the same time, let's uplift them at the same time. This world's about balance.
Uplift some people right now. What are some examples of some families? Successful families. Black CEOs, owners. Talk about it right now. Instead of talking about Sexy Red.
Let's not just do one without the other. And yeah, the CIA did do their little thing with this exhibit. At the same time, we're coming back, so they could have did a little bit better, I think. To the younger generations, let's see the bad, never repeat that, and do the good. Create families, all right? But this leads us to Exhibit D, the YN epidemic.
Cut out that nigga eyes, he, yeah. Walking down bleeding with that seat. Extra bullets in my blood suit, I can't wait to let it hit.
Okay, I'm not going to talk about this too much because we all should know about this by now.
I agree with this.
Just go on YouTube and look up a YN video. Plus, I kind of talked about this in my last.
We had to stop popularizing YN. We shouldn't colloquialize that. That's not language that I think should be spread across multiple ethnic groups. Like, that's not endearing at all.
Video, the problem with black suburban kids. But this kind of goes back to music. I mean, the music we made recently has been a lot of thug trap shit in the black.
I agree with that. Again, you have to look at the basis of it. At the end of the day, people seeing these people, rappers, or anyone in the entertainment field, is a model. A lot of people look to these people because they are at the forefronts of society. You're obviously going to see more publicized information about rappers, actors, and other people in entertainment because they are people that have a big following behind them. They are the people that, at the end of the day, are going to be marketed in mass media. So majority of the community sees representation in these fields. So when they see representation in these fields, what is it going to do? Typically, a lot of the youth is going to see a pathway to success is emulating these people. Rappers get to live a lifestyle that in some sense may be luxurious to many. These people are able to live and do things without consequence, and it doesn't seem like they are uber talented, especially if you look at the things that are at the top 40 charts when you're talking about hip hop and rap. There's plenty of eloquent and talented rappers. But the things that we push to the top, and it's not just us as a community, but it's, if you just look at rap and hip hop, things that are at the top of the genre, or is not a bunch of artists that are super skilled with the pen and are telling a deep story. There's none of that. No. So at the end of the day, most people are going to make the connection that I can make money by doing this, and it doesn't require me to put in a lot of work or effort or energy, or to be super talented in that regard. I don't have to. I can even get ghostwriters. So I think that's kind of why that stuff gets pushed.
And this type of music kind of encourages crime, and this is the whole YN.
I agree with that.
You got 16, 15-year-olds over here with Glocks and switches over here doing more crime than 20, 25-year-olds, which is why the young is way scarier than the older. So this is all just a music type of thing. I feel like we all kind of know that now. I'm not going to beat a dead horse, but at the same time, this was all a part of Ronald Reagan's plan. This kind of goes back down to the gangsta hip-hop era of the late 80s and early 90s. I'm going to put you on to some information. The CIA actually started NWA. The reason why I know this is because it's literally in declassified CIA files. If you do your research, you'll see it. They literally funded the creation of it, like public information. You're probably wondering, why did the CIA CIA publicly fund a hip-hop and rap group called with Attitude, but because they was trying to push a stereotype. They understood how influential and powerful music is and knew that it could brainwash people. And it had slowly brainwashed our culture to be more violent and dangerous. It's all because of this music, because after NWA took off, gangster rap became a popular thing with the rise of Tupac and Biggie. The CIA started the NWA. What else do you think they started?
That, I mean, in some sense could be a solid hypothesis, but if that was true, that'd be an insane leap, right? Let's say you were to invest into this. I think we were just investing into it because these guys had talent and they were able to move units. We were able to get money. And so even though it was different, even though there was a time that this was empowering to some people, there was a voice that was heard amongst the people, there was representation in the community, that may have contributed to sales, right? But if the hypothesis was, let's fund these people because there is a lot of negativity associated with this rap, that I guess you could extrapolate and then make a connection and say that this will make people do X, Y, and Z, and that will eventually lead to the destruction of the community. But again, this is not just the community that they live in, this is the community that everybody lives in, the world that we all live in. But if you were to just make that leap based on that and invest all this money into it, what if it didn't go that way? And this, at the end of the day, helped form the creation of black communities and helped grow the black dollar. That's a crazy leap to make, right?
Rap music. This makes you
Let me
think
know if I'm
about
yapping.
what you're listening to. So in conclusion, to all of my exhibits, yeah, there's troops in every single one of them. And yeah, the CIA is up right now. But in basketball terms, it's not a 4-0 sweep. They're just up 3-1. And right now, it feels like we're in 2016 and we're in the NBA Finals. And if you remember that NBA Finals, then you would know the team that was up 3-1 didn't end up winning at the end. And right now, I feel like we're the Cavaliers.
Iguodala to Curry, back to Iguodala, up for the layup. Oh, blocked by James.
Appreciate y'all for watching. Stay blessed. Yeshua loves you. I love you. Also, go follow all my socials, Instagram being the most important. But go tap into my second channel for more daily content. So I appreciate y'all. Love y'all.
Bruh. The CIA just is as confused as us. Yo, who is this person that comments on all these videos? I am not. CS said us that doesn't help the comedians glorify these topics and they'll dish you for not following the trends. This right here. We should all community and our responsibility to call out justice and make decisions with a future in mind. Yeah. He's arguing that it's their fault that we are glorifying this type of stuff in the first place, dog. This is a whole massive psyop. The rabbit hole goes way deep. I understand what do you mean, but you're definitely not wrong. But we don't make. Here's the thing. That's not a thing. Like, again, propaganda was important to every class in America. If you go down the history in the rabbit hole. If this was your last attempt at trying to control the black community, there had to be ways that you could have done this a long time ago, right? That's all I'm saying. No accountability. Federal government fights itself to try its best to not destroy a minority challenge. And Martin Luther came back to the modern world side that black community was. Yeah. A culture can be influenced externally, but ultimately shaped by the people living in it. I get criticized by people in my age group because I don't like to participate in stuff like this and read books all the time.